Alright guys, welcome back for the third and final map of the series. Once again, myself and Scriv are here to take you through the action, and it should be a good one now. We've seen Luminary been able to come back on overpass, put themselves into a great position, take that map quite dominantly, I must say. And now coming on to Mirage, it should be a great map to end this series.
It's a map that I think a lot of teams are going to be prepared for. We've mentioned that quite a few times throughout the series, talking about this decider map. It's sort of replaced Just 2, I think, is the go-to sort of team-based map. A little bit more upset potential and whatnot at the higher-end tournaments for sure. But here, we're going to see what these two teams have got. KiNg starting off on the T side is not at all bad. Again, it's similar to Overpass. Structurally, it hands itself to the CT side, but you can certainly make a good go of things if you know all your executes and can change up the pace, change up the style on your T side. Fair amount of utility actually brought up for the KiNg side here. Looks like they're going to go possibly a smoke over towards jungle, over towards stairs, is what I would imagine at this point in time. You've got Squiddy over on the CT side. This time has gone for a kit.
Yeah, this seems to be the first pistol round that either team has actually gone ahead and gotten utility to work with, or the defuse kit, and that's a good start actually. Squiddy, he's happy enough with just sitting back on this A-bomb site there. They want to go for this retake setup, and being able to claim that man advantage puts them in a pretty good situation, especially considering they lose a lot of map control. But look at this Adam, he shuts down Shiki, spams through the smoke to try and find more, but instead he will decide to just fall back off, and it's looking pretty good now for the CT side. They have themselves a 5-on-3, make that a 4-on-3, but still in their favour slightly as KiNgs. They're yet to even get this bomb planted. Instead, kind of just lurking in towards the jungle position. They've taken that control, and right now they're kind of just boxed in.
Smoke has faded as well, so they're really in a bit of a difficult position here. Just trying to chill out, see if they can find anyone getting over aggressive. I mean, it's lucky that Luminary were able to recover it. They went for a risky B stack. But thankfully, like you say, Squiddy did a good job from CT, Adam as well. The connector smoke wasn't really ideal. There was quite a fair amount of room to get through. Adam repositioned himself over towards ramp, going for the flank. Means that it's going to have to be a bit more of a safe plant from KiNg. Stream getting aggressive with the Glock. Immediately gets traded back. So man advantage still in favour of the Luminary side here. There are so many different angles that they're all coming from as well. The body spam going to finish off Whisk. Now it's all on Lumgy. 1-on-3. Over towards Firebox. They know where he is. And Adam getting himself a 3k for the round. Squiddy getting himself 2. So pretty easy cleanup from those. Luminary going to secure yet another pistol. So they're looking pretty hot on these pistols at the very least. Should be able to at least get another round in the bag. KiNg's getting that bomb plant there. Will probably go for an early full buy in the third round.
Yeah, looking to be the case, we see they don't really invest too much into this. Dream gets himself a deagle thanks to being able to find 2 kills, so he had a bit of extra economy to work with. 1 flash being also purchased up by Shiki, so it's not really too much to work with. They are just going to go ahead and try and pile out towards mid, it seems, and see if they can maybe overwhelm the player who's playing in towards window. But even then, he's not really peeking too aggressively. He has assistance coming in from connector, and it's going to be hard for them to really find too much into this, but this could be a good start. There you go, Dream actually does take down Adam. Face comes in from Lottie as well to try and trade that back, but doesn't really happen, and Lumgy's able to actually take down Masse, who gets aggressive on short. So a 5-on-3 now actually being found in favour of the T side, and this fully eco may just work out for KiNgs as they have themselves a 5-on-3. Over towards the A-bomb side, Squiddy trying to get it done, but he's only able to find 1 before the trade comes back in. And now Archer left in a 1-on-3. The HP is so low onto all these players though, as he's given an opportunity. He does actually struggle a bit with finding that kill, and will actually get taken down in the end by Dream. Whisk also flanking from top mid, so it was an awkward situation in KiNgs. They pull off what was basically a full eco, except for 1 P250, 1 deagle, and a single flash.
Sensing a bit of deja vu here. It's exactly how Overpass started off.
Yeah, and then Luminary won this back.
Rounds. Yes, indeed. Indeed. So who knows, maybe the prophecy will come true. But yeah, the anti-force buy, well, anti-eco round in that situation, they need to just work on them, I think, as a whole. You know, they lose a lot of them, especially early on in the game, and it really ends up costing them in the long run. Luckily, Luminary were able to get past it on Overpass, but on Cobblestone, it was certainly a deciding factor in what ended up costing them the game. So they very quickly need to do what they did on Overpass, get over it, smoke over towards window. Beautiful stuff from Shiki if that is able to land. Looks like it will. They're taking this nice and slowly on the KiNg side of things, giving the respect over towards Luminary. wait and see if anyone's going to get aggressive, and then go for the late round execute. That's generally how you want to play an anti-eco situation, in all honesty. Squiddy going to get caught out towards ramp. And that should be A control going the way of the T side. Now the CT is just hoping to get a few exits. Molotovs and smokes come raining in. Flank being held off. Bomb going to get planted. So KiNg's in prime position to take this one.
Yeah, after such a great pistol round start for Luminary, it just kind of falls apart now. KiNg's. Let's see what they're going to be able to actually... How they're going to be able to build up the momentum in this one, because that was something they struggled with on Overpass. They started off poorly, and because of that, they never really seemed to be able to get themselves into the map. So this is just a much better start. And coming into this next round, Luminary, they should be ecoing up around these saved weapons. So it will still be at least a couple of pistols, some Kevlar, and an MP9. Like that one less pistol, though, as you do see a kill being found by Trials. Archer gets one with the MP9, though, so gets himself an extra $600. But it's not too big of a deal just losing a single weapon over on the KiNg side.
Indeed, so not all bad. They survive with 4 players, get the economy rolling going forwards. Still are solidifying themselves financially. Really, really important if they want to string more rounds together. I think if they can get 6 here on the T side, it would be an ample showing from them. Any more than that is certainly a bonus, and they're well on the way to that at this point in time. Again, going to be up against a very weak buy from the Luminary side. 3 players with no armor, only 1 rifle to deal with. Compared to Overpass, they look a lot more comfortable on Mirage, as we certainly would have expected. And we kind of talked amongst ourselves, you know, in the pre-game situation, and commented on how KiNg's did look a bit lost on Overpass. This is completely fell in there from Adam, but they did look a little bit lost on Overpass. But in terms of kind of like raw skill, there's certainly still a little bit above Luminary in that department, I feel like. So if they're able to get their confidence and just kind of play their own game here on Mirage, it's going to be quite hard for Luminary to get back into things.
Yeah, certainly, and you can see they're actually looking to try and hunt this down. They know there's not really too much to be found, which could be a bit dangerous if they lose another couple of rifles, but it seems like the kills should be found. Masse now going to be the last man standing, and he's just hiding over towards this B-bomb site. And it'd be interesting if Dream continues to push forward, because that's when he really gives an opportunity for the weapon to be retrieved, and you don't really want to hand over a rifle. Masse takes the fight originally, and it looks like he should be able to now survive with this Kevlar. I don't think he's going to be found in time. Ooh. He may actually be. No, he does escape, so there you go. The Kevlar saved. That's going to allow for a bit of utility, at least to be purchased up alongside the rifle. And coming into this one now, Luminary, let's see if they can actually take this first gun round over. We're going to see KiNg's been able to kind of run away with the momentum early on, because they still have quite a lot of money left over in the bank as well into this one. Cheeky, the only one who fully invests, he gets the oppo. And that's another advantage that they currently have over the CT side.
Indeed, it's something that we've not really seen from both sides, like, you know, in a dedicated fashion, where it's like this one player always has to have an AWP as soon as they have the money available, or if anyone else on the team is able to drop them across. You know, it's not been like a Kenny S or a Guardian style series, really, you know, where the AWP has made a huge difference across all the maps. It's more been all about the rifles, the AWP every now and then. You know, we see it from Archer, Masse on the CT side of things, and I mean, we've had Shiki, Whisk, Trials, they've all picked it up on the T side. Or on the KiNg side, rather, I should say. 40 on the top of that smoke, going to find Shiki, as it doesn't quite cover the connector area. Speaking of AWPs, he will be the first to fall. So losing the man advantage very early on, forcing the execute out a little bit early here from the T side. Whisk going to find Adam to even up that man advantage scoreline. Squiddy immediately here on default, not able to find anything. So Whisk doing a really good job of opening up for his team. Bomb should get planted relatively safe here. It's a 4-on-3 situation. Masse left on low HP, making a 3-on-3. Flash doesn't find Archer, but at least the bullet will connect with his head. Now 3-on-2. A 3-on-1 as KiNg's looking really decisive here. On Mirage, Masse on 15 HP, got his hands on the AWP. He's just going to run away and save it. The only saving grace for this round. So Luminary take the pistol, but it's similar to what we see on Cobblestone. Rifles come out, and KiNg's just look a level above at the moment.
Yeah, certainly this is a perfect start for them coming into this final map. Masse maybe given the opportunity to go ahead and save this up. I think it is going to be the case. I don't think there's any time yet. There's no way that they can find them, so that's at least going to be carried over into this next round. Money bonus beginning to slowly build up toward that $2,900 mark now, of course, after winning the pistol, losing 4 in a row after that one. And because of that, they're not really going to have a full buy into this round. It'll just be some pistols to try and back up the up. Maybe a couple players with Kevlar. You see most of them do go for it. Archer so far hasn't. And a bit of utility also purchased up, so a few smokes.
Indeed. I mean, I don't really know what to say at this point, Dean. Like, Luminary are just not really able to find their feet, you know, in these rounds. They all look a little bit lost. It's that thing again where if you're not comfortable on the map or you feel like you are being outclassed, you start to force the issue as a solo player and try and make, you know, that one hero play, pick up a mad 3k or something like that to win the round, and it's not really a reliable way of playing Counter-Strike, so it's difficult. Kings are looking a hell of a lot more coordinated right now. Into a 4-on-4 on this round, however. Should easily be cleaned up by these AKs, though, as Lumji and Dream finding 3 quick kills between them. Massey gets dropped. That's going to be the AWP, so Archer going to try and retrieve that one. We'll find Trials, but they're aware of his position here, and he will get taken down. So another clean anti-eco round coming in from Kings. I don't know if Lumji was supposed to save that AWP there, but either way. Oh, yeah, I feel like probably. Had money to buy one up, but
yeah,
still, saving yourself $5,000 or near enough is it's always pretty handy.
Yeah, definitely. Shiki, he was the one to pick that up previously. He didn't really find any success with it, but let's see if there's going to be any difference now into this round, because even previously it wasn't needed. They still managed to pull it back with just the rifles, and into this round at least it looks like they want to get a bit of mid control. They want to try and focus toward maybe a split towards the A bomb site, and you can see Whiskey finds Massey, who gets aggressive up towards short, not working out, gets up on top of the pole, and he does get taken down. So a man advantage now in favour of Kings. They claim the first blood. Whiskey's taken quite low on HP, but the main point is they still have those 5 rifles up to actually cover off positions, and Luminary now on the back foot. They're going to have to try and do something to maybe get some info. Will they make any plays, or are they just going to sit back and once again allow Kings to take this round in their own pace?
Difficult. The coordinated aggression from the CT side has never really worked out for them. It's never really come to fruition. It's certainly been Kings playing their own game. Shiki going to find Adam easily. One player over towards Dark. Squiddy. He's only able to find one, though, and that's pretty much the story of this game. The initial frags come in for Kings, and then maybe they find 1 or 2 here or there on the CT side, but this is firmly Luminaries losing at this point in time. You know, Kings have full control of this game. Luminary, like I say, just not able to find anything at all.
R8.
Yeah, man, he did. I told you.
Yeah, I wasn't sure, but it is an R8. You were correct. I'm okay. We're having a lot of ECAM into this round. I'm keeping the observer on him. We're gonna see if we can get anything done, because it's just such a rare spectacle. We don't see the R8 being pulled out in, well, really any level of CS, especially in kind of a competitive environment. So let's see what he's gonna be able to actually do with this one. He does have the full Kevlar to try and back it up, and most people don't know that it actually was slightly buffed, so it doesn't take quite as long now to get the shot off if you hold down that left click. But at the moment, at least, it seems like the stack by Luminary isn't really going to work out. They've stacked up towards the A-bomb site. Lottie in a decent position to maybe try and find a kill onto Lumji, but we can see the T is now just committing towards this B-bomb site, and only a single opponent to try and hold this down. Adam all alone. And let's see, the R8 not able to find anything. Completely denied. And this round now should go in favour of Kings, as they have themselves a 2-man advantage, and also a lot of control to work with. You can see Lumji even towards jungle, and he may want to shy away a bit more now. He doesn't want to continue fighting and giving over a rifle. I say he does get that one, but I don't think he's really going to be able to retrieve the weapon. He has.
Indeed, a little bit of a sad time for the R8.
Yeah,
I remember
it's not working out.
When I first came.
Yeah, back in the day when you could shoot 1 bullet and kill 4 people.
Yeah, man.
That was.
It's genuinely, though, it was the most fun I've ever had in CS, I think. Even though it was broken as hell and it couldn't stay. It was just when, you know, everybody in the game had an R8. Just rounds were over in about 10 seconds. It was a weird time for CS.
Yeah, it was interesting. Interesting, to say the least. It was a lot of easy wins if you didn't want to go ahead and use the R8 as well. So I'm only joking. But let's see. Right now, the T side anyway, just grouping up towards mid. The buy finally coming out once again for Luminary, and let's see if they're finally going to be able to get another round onto the board. And that's not the start they would have wanted. Whisk just creeps into the angle. Shuts down Adam. Decapitation comes in, and now as should the A attack. As we can see, Shiki from Palace, the rest of the players just piling up through Connector, and actually Lottie in a pretty decent position. He finds them jumping through the smoke, will get 2 kills before eventually being traded out. So now it's a 3-on-3. Winnable situation still for the CT side. See, the bomb plant, though, is going to be found. So with that going down now, the T's have the opportunity to try and fall off into some strong after plant positions. But not really when Squiddy's ready to try and just take you down as you move.
Two players over towards ramp, though. They've all got kits on the CT side, so could certainly play off the smokes, body block each other out, but Squiddy fancies himself. Oh, no. Dream, though, is allowed the opportunity to pick up all three as Squiddy runs away. Thinks there's no one else ramp. Oh, so beautifully played as Dream just baiting out his teammate for long enough to find that one. And that might just be the nail in the coffin, I think, for the rest of this half, because in terms of the confidence level and the communication amongst the team, someone is getting shouted at for that one probably at this point in time. An opportunity for Luminary. They should solidly have taken that round, but they lose out. KiNg's now looking really dangerous. Should be another round on the board here. Going to have an 8-round lead. No rifle rounds won as of yet for Luminary either. Archer going to find Shiki at the very least. Gets his hands on an AK, and he's got a little bit of armor as well. So maybe a chance, but with this bomb going down and the rest of the team getting mowed down, it's going to be more difficult for the CT side to find anything here.
Yeah, it should be easy enough now. No defuse get to work with Archer. Has the opportunity for a kill here onto Dream, which he will actually be able to find. But the time is slowly ticking away. Unless they get on this bomb right now, I don't really think it's going to be possible. And actually, there is quite a bit of time to work with still. Trials is 3 HP. This is doable, but you see, he goes for the jump. He tries to bait the fact that he came out the window. And somehow Archer wins that one. So yeah, I don't know what to say about that round. They started off very awkwardly. They lose that initial frag, and then Archer on the flank just comes in for everything. He pulls off the 1-on-3.
Yeah, for sure. He's one of the bigger names on this Luminary side, definitely. Has been consistently putting up frags across all 3 maps. A little bit weird from Trials and all, because you can make it through that window without making any sound at all. If you just take it slowly. So that may well have been a better idea rather than trying to bait out Archer to peek him. But oh well. Benefit of hindsight, I suppose, at this point in time. And KiNg's as well, you know, they can afford to lose around here. They've got plenty of money to buy up. And in some ways, if they take this one, it could be a hell of a lot more detrimental for the CT side. I say that, though, but an easy mid-hold for the CTs as they pick up 4 quick kills. Only Lungi able to trade one back, and Shiki gets taken down in Palace. So Luminary a really good answer back here. They've got an opportunity to clean up and recover what they can of this half.
Yeah, they are going to be up against another buy, though, and I think even with KiNg's, if they lose this round, they should be able to scrape something out in the next one. So it's going to be one full investment coming up now, and then kind of a decent buy in the next round. They'd have at least like 3 or so rifles, I believe. They'd maybe have a couple of pistols, but it would be okay. So KiNg's, they're still in a decent position economically wise, and let's see if they're going to be able to actually go ahead and just re-break the economy of Luminary, because they haven't really built it up too much. They got a little bit in that previous round by winning it quite cleanly, but it's still not really perfect. So let's see, coming into this one anyway, KiNg's, they have an immediate plan, and that's just to try and burst out towards this A bomb site, and let's see if they're going to be able to actually find these opening kills. Very methodical. Molotov's used to clear out all the positions, but as we can see, at least the CT is right now, it's just a very passive setup. They're playing for this retake, and they're happy enough to give up the bomb site.
That's certainly what they did for most of the half, though. Adam able to get one, leaves him on reasonably low HP. Whiskers found Lorty trying to get aggressive through the smoke, and will also find Adam. So difficult to play against at this point in time. Whisk been firing on all cylinders, really feeling it this evening. It will be the 4-on-3 situation now, making a 3-on-3. Massey able to recover one back. You've got Shiki on 17 HP, so definitely doable. Whisk, though, is baiting him out cleanly. So now going to be into the 2-on-1 situation, and the post-plan positions are split. An easy pickup for Whisk as he gets himself a 4K for the round. So KiNg's do get that answer back at the very least. Able to put a bit of an early stop to Luminary, you know, making a full-on comeback, and I think now again in prime position to get to double digits at the very least, and if not an 11-12 kind of round scoreline. Bit of a weaker buy from the Luminary side certainly makes that easier.
Yeah, for sure, and right now it's only going to be Squiddy to try and hold down this A bomb site. That's not going to be perfect. He has the M4 at least, but he is also very exposed. If we see the T is just bursting out with a quick flash, he may not really have the opportunity to actually try and get himself into a safe position, and it could get really awkward. So let's see right now, a bit of mid control looking to try and come in, or at least the at least make it look like they're going for mid control. They show a bit of presence so that they perhaps will keep some players over towards the connector side, have them in positions where if they throw down smokes towards A, they'll be completely blocked off at a bomb site. But it looks like right now, at least, they're just gonna try and contact out towards the site. They're not gonna really use too much utility, at least in terms of the smokes. They may try and do some on the fly. And Shiki looking to try and find this open and pick with the op.
It's been reliable with it so far this game. Spots out Squiddy. And that'll be that. They're all going to burst out now. There's another player over towards CT in the form of Lorty. He gets one. Bomb should be going down momentarily, though, as he's being Molotov'd out, as has Jungle. Shiki going to go for the long con, perhaps. Okay, he's actually going to go in towards Palace. Fair enough, because the bomb hasn't quite been planted yet, so they want to go a bit safer. Witt's going to find Adam through the smoke, though. Archer will trade it back, so it's still doable for the CT side here. They've got a kit in the hands of Archer as well. Aware of the positioning of a couple players. Dream going to take down one. I think he thought he took down Lorty, but actually didn't. So it's left in the one-on-one situation now. Shiki with the CZ in hand, ready to strike. Going to wait for this bomb to get tapped. Will going to go for the slow peek round and just able to finish it off. A little bit close to the wire, but not making any sound at all. Archer was going for the hold. And unfortunately, it doesn't pay off. So Kings get that double-digit scoreline, and now an opportunity as well. You know, the weaker buy again. Luminary actually going for the eco here, it would seem, going for a strong buy in the final round. So they are taking the 11-4, in theory, on the chin. Yeah. Can't really write off these CZs, but yeah, Luminary, a very difficult half for them so far.
Yeah, and continuing to be so in this round, as you said, they don't really have too much to work with. They had two CZs, but not really much to back it up, and already they've been taken out. So only the USPs remain. The rifles, they come out victorious over towards that B bomb site, and it is going to be Kings again at least at 11-4 half now, and there is still the possibility of 12-3. We've seen even with the rifles out Luminary, they have continued to struggle, so it's not a guarantee that they pick up this next round.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, the economy is still not going to be ideal for them in the next round anyway. It's not like they're going to have a really good buy. So, yeah, like you say, they struggle with full rifles. They probably won't even have full rifles next round. So it's really going to be difficult for them. King's just really running away with this. Like I say, they're just allowed to play their own game. So far, Luminary have really not been trying to answer back in any way in terms of aggression or catching people off guard or, you know, going for a quick flank, maybe. They've just let Kings play their own game, and you give them the opportunities, and they're certainly able to run away with it. They've got the talent to do that, and all the talent seems to be firing on all cylinders. Double AWP setup on the T side, not something that you see very often, but it's the final round, you may as well.
Yeah, and they haven't really been given the opportunity to do too much. The rifles just take all the opening kills. Whisk gets one. Let's see, it is going to be actually a couple of trades coming in, but the problem is Massey, he's all alone. He will be taken down by Lumji. And there you have it. As we said, it was a possibility of the 12-3 half coming in for Kings, and they do actually find that one. So in order to even keep themselves alive, basically now Luminary, they need to pick up this pistol. If not, Kings at least getting up to 13, even if, well, they'll get 13 of course from the pistol. If the fourth fight end doesn't work out for the Luminary side, then they'll just be in a position to close out the map.
Looking really dangerous here. It's a huge ask, especially going into the T side of Mirage. I believe they picked the CT side after winning the knife, so really, you know, not looking good for them, to be honest, to put it nicely. Luminary need to pick things up here. They need some kind of a strat from the back pocket that's going to be able to secure them this round. They have been pretty decent on the pistols so far across this series, but when the rifles come out, it's been very difficult for them indeed. So it remains to be seen at this point in time. I think even if they do get the pistol, I think Kings are still going to end up closing this one out just because they are really hot right now with those rifles in hand. They'd be doing a great job for most of the game. So Luminary are just kind of beaten down at this point in time, unless, you know, maybe you have Massey or Archer leading the way, puts the team in the backpack. It's going to be very difficult for them to come back into this one, and even more difficult to take the game.
Yeah, they definitely will need all those players to step up to give them the chance, and doing it immediately is going to be the best way to do so. Try and get that pistol convincingly, do so on the anti-ecos as well, and if you can just claim yourself the first gun round, then you're on the road to the comeback for sure. Even if you lose one round after that, you can just try and keep the... by that point, you'll probably have built up a decent economy, and if you're able to just break the economy immediately of your opponent, then you put yourself in an even better position. So let's see, important round coming up now. Will there be a defuse kit purchase for the KiNg side? And you can see for Luminary right now, it is Adam that gets utility, so a smoke and the flash, and this could be a fast-paced round. Right now they're immediately bringing this over towards ramp. They will go ahead and slow it down a bit. Don't want to make too many steps, don't want to give the noise cues, or the sound cues rather, away towards the CTs. But here we go, the smoke goes in, and two players with a turret now ready to try and assist to actually hold down this bomb site. USP is at long range, and let's see how it's going to work out. Very similar pistol round coming in from what we actually seen from KiNgs, pushing in towards jungle, but the trades go in favour of the CT side this time now, as Massey and Archer are the final two players remaining. The two you said you'd like to see leading the way now for the actual Luminary side, but it's just not working. There's nothing happening for them by any means. Trials on the flank, he should be able to close this out, and the CZ just, it causes mayhem.
Indeed. KiNgs decisively take that pistol, and that may well be Kurtenstein. There's Luminary here, going to go for the force buy, didn't get that bomb down. The buy from KiNg's going to be very good indeed. They've been a little bit more reliable this game. Up against the anti-ecos, anti-force buys and whatnot, so you would pen them to win this one, then get a 15th on the board, and then we'd have the first rifle round, and it would need 12 rounds in a row for Luminary to take us to overtime, which I think is a huge ask for any caliber of team, in all honesty.
Yeah, it's just not going to be easy. If they can pull it off right now with these pistols, there's a decent chance, but the fact that they can't really get it done with the rifles just makes me worry, because when you only have the pistols, then you're really limited. Sometimes teams actually work out better with the pistols. They kind of show no fear, they show the confidence, and they're willing to go for those aggressive picks, but it's not really the case in this round, as we can see so far. A couple of kills at least are going to be found, but it's basically instantly traded back, and KiNgs do get themselves that 14-3 lead now, and as you said, they're not going to be able to buy into this one. They're going to have to go ahead and concede map and serious point, and a 12 round in a row comeback is just going to be extremely difficult. You see, it's kind of inevitable at that point that KiNgs are eventually just going to get one round, because they have room to take those risks, as you mentioned back on Cobble.
When they start getting their confidence rolling, it's already going to be probably an all-time high for the series. They can see victory on the horizon. They've got so many rounds to play with, so they could go crazy at this point.
Yeah, and there you go, just being cleared up. Whisk and Dream. Bomb plant, it is at least going to be found, but I don't really think KiNgs are going to be too bothered about that. The buy is now going to, when it comes in from Luminary, it's going to be at least a little bit better. I don't think they can get an up unless they want to go for a glass cannon. Squiddy, I guess, could get it with body armor, but he's not really the player we've seen actually pick that one up, so it'd be interesting if he did go for it. And you can see they seem to be happy enough with just the rifles, so they get out the utility at least to try and back up this buy. And they just, if they want to even try and keep themselves in this game for the moment, if they want to try and, as we said, maybe prolong the inevitable, let's see if they're going to be able to do it now, because it's an interesting buy to say the least from KiNgs. A double auto sniper setup, the one up right in the middle, and the M4s on either side, so that looks very nice on the UI, and let's see if it's going to make the scoreline look even nicer for KiNgs.
Indeed. Lumgy, though, so far, with the M4 opening up. Auto sniper's not needed. Whisk as well, actually going to find Naughty. There have been two traded back by the T side, however. They've got mid-control at the very least here. Got two auto snipers to get past, in all fairness. So it's going to be very difficult, to say the least. I think Mirage is a map where auto snipers can be viable. Not two, generally speaking, but one for sure, especially over on A. Of course, we saw Golden, the WESG, show us how effective that can be. Hopefully there are no Space Soldiers fans watching. But either way, Kill going to come in for Squiddy, as they're going to make their way towards this B bomb site. Bomb is going to get planted relatively open as well. Shiki with the auto sniper on the retake is not the ideal weaponry. Will find the head of Squiddy, though, so brings it back into a 2-on-2. Both got kits on the CT side. Whisk as well, going to easily clean up. He says, see you later. That's the game, boys and girls. 16-3, Luminary. Had a good showing on Overpass. Unfortunately, just outclassed